Hey Leah, I'm just going through your homework real quick with you. So I'm just going to start with the first attachment that you sent me. Just to let you know that task card answer sheets, you can just disregard that. It looks like you just use that to keep score or whatever homework or assignment that you're using with that. On to day 5 for week 3. The first problem talks about boxes. Box A in comparison to all of the other boxes. So you have box B, which is 2/8 the size. Box C, which is 1 2/5 the size. I believe that is. But what you want to think about is looking on this number line below, right here. You have you have what's equal to 1, and you have what's less than 1, and what's greater than 1. Remember, anything that's in the decimal or fraction that is less than 1 or has 0.1 or 0.2 or just 1/3, 1/2, anything of that nature is considered to be less than 1. Anything that has a whole number in front of the half number or in front of the fraction, that basically will mean that it's going to be greater than 1. All right, so I'm going to have you try this out by yourself and then have you put it into these boxes. And let me know if you still need help with that, okay? All right, on to number 2. I know my writing is kind of messy with this touchscreen. But, okay, so you have the pizza, there's 72 students. One pizza will fit 6 students. One salad would be for 8 students. So this is the pricing for it as well. I broke it down to what you need to do as far as the division problem. So you want to take 72 and divide that by 6, and take 72 and divide that by 8. Round up to the nearest whole number for your answer. And then you're going to multiply those answers by 5.99 for the ones that you get for 6, and 4.75 for the answer that you get for 8 or for the salad. Add those up, and that will be your final answer. Okay, on to the last one for this page. Um, Basically, you know that 8.6 milligrams is going to be for one serving. Okay, so for instance, for this first one, um, let me see, her name was Suki. She ate zero point 0.5 servings, but you want to figure out how much milligrams is for that one serving. So I just put 8.6 over 1, or 8.6 milligrams over one serving, is equal to X over 0.5 for 5 servings. Typically, you will do 8.6 times 0.45 is equal to X times 1, or just X. And that gave me X plus 3.87. You want to do this for 0.86, 0.32, 0.54, and 0.33. Get all your 5 answers and then add them up, and that would give you your final answer. Okay, 1 second. Okay, for the next one, you have a timeline, or I'm sorry, line plot. And basically, it wants to ask you the distance or the difference between the height from the shortest phone to the longest phone. And it's just worried about, okay, you have 4 for being your shortest, and you have a number in between 6 and 7, which is directly half of each, which will give you 6.5 or 6.5. You're just going to take the 6.5 and subtract 4 from it, and that's going to give you your final answer. All right, for the next problem, you want to find out what is the relationship between the inputs and outputs. So I started off doing the division for you. The 18 divided by 2, 63 divided by 7, 72 divided by 8. You also want to do 10 and 90 and 6 and 54, and figure out any patterns that you see. Let me know if you need help with this, but I think you should get it with finding out what your answers are for the divides or the dividends. All right, and then for this last page that you sent me, There was two questions that were circled, or actually, for this is the second and last page. So for number 3, this talks about how does the value of the digit and the digit 2 for both of these numbers compare to one another. So 2, you notice is in this place, and then 2 is in this place for this number. So you want to refer to this table I made, which talks about the whole numbers and the parts. So figure out, like, okay, if you have ones, tens, hundreds, thousands, after thousands, you have 10,000s, 100,000s, 1 million, and so forth. You want to figure out how that 2, the digit 2, in each of those values compare. All right, the next one talks about yards and conversion. So you have 47 feet. That's the total amount of feet that you want in fabric. You have a total of 12 and a half yards. So you want to figure out how much more yards of fabric do you need. So the conversion rate for this is 1 foot is equal to 1/3 yards. And you want to multiply that 1/3 by 47 down here. And it's going to give you this answer. You just want to take that answer and subtract the 12 and a half that you already have, and it's going to give you your final answer. All right, and then for the last one you sent me, this basically just deals with the decimal point values. Basically, this is saying 0.23 miles. Multiply that by 100 times. And remember, the 100 times has 2 zeros. So whenever you do a power of a 10, you're going to move that decimal place over to the right 2 times for 100. Okay, that's all that I have. But if you have any more questions or you feel like you want more practice, let me know and I'll send you some examples and that you can work on that until I get to you tomorrow. All right, I'll talk to you later. Bye.